Arturo Kemen,
Javier Dalma,
Mauricio Lara.
And I, Chiara Leusen. My partner Mauricio already gave you handouts, so you can follow the presentation.
Well, the history. As we know, Nike is the sportswear supplier around the world. The company takes its names from Nike, which is the Greek goddess of victory. Then, the logo was designed by Caroline Davidson in 1971, but in that year she met the founder of the company, which is Phil Knight. He proposed her to work for the company, paying her $2 per hour. But in 1971, when she designed the logo, she sold them for only $35. Then, as we know, the swoosh is among the most easily recognized brand symbols in all the world. Well, there are some important dates. In 1971, it was the first time that the swoosh appears in a shoe. Also in 1971, Nike signed a contract with Eileen Estes, which was the #1 superstar of tennis. Then in 1984, it was an important year because Reebok, the rival of Nike, was having better profits than Nike. But when they signed a contract with Michael Jordan, the profits of Nike were higher. And in 1986, the enterprise revenues surpassed the $1 billion. In 1988, the famous tagline, "Just Do It," become part of the brand. In 2004, the annual revenues of Nike become 12.25 billion, and in 2006, Nike reports annual profits of 15 billion.
Well, on one hand, we're going to talk about the positive aspects of this enterprise. Well, this enterprise has a lot of products. As you can see, very variety of shoes. It's a very wide open segment, a marketing segment also. Well, first, it shows that Nike release dates calendar. Also, you can enter the website of Nike and you can see all the products that they are going to launch in certain period of time. Also, you can see the Nike's finance status. As you can see, it's a very ambitious enterprise. And Nike has increased annual profits to the top each year from 2009 to this year, 2013. And total profits, well, you can see the amount of profits and total unit selling of that number of units. As you can see, we're going to show you some charts of this historical and finance status of Nike. As you can see, in 2009, we are decreasing. Now it has a fluctuation here, then all year per year, Nike has increased. So as you can see, there are the good points of this one.
And what do we have on the other hand? Well, we have how they made these amazing shoes, which is really interesting. We investigate of 3 cases in this run. First, it was childhood labor. In Pakistan, they use childs to make soccer balls. That's really disappointing because it's supposed that in Pakistan they have laws against child labor laws. So even though they have those laws, United States has the power to take it away and put childs to work so they can get their profits. The other one is in Indonesia, where workers have really bad treatment. They are being beaten by their supervisors. I mean, if they don't work hard or do a nice job, they got slapped with the shoes they were making, and they are called with names like dog or pig. They are not respected in any aspect. And the last one is the conditions they have in Asia. And that's really a very important issue because people really don't seem to care about the conditions they are working. Only if they have like a really bad accident, like someone losing his life, it's the way they take conscious of these problems. So what can we do to solve?
So, well, after that, after analyzing the situation about this company, a very big company, we get to different recommendations. We wanted to recommend different solutions for this company to get better. So the first one, we want to be sure that this company knows that in the actual life, the teenagers and the adults, we think about a lot about the environment, the society, everything that is related to healthiness and others. So if we aren't how to say, if we aren't if we don't like the method they use to do to create all the shoes, the bags and every stuff that they produce, so if we don't like it, so they are going to get less incomes because we aren't going to buy their products, because we don't like that they use children to create these shoes, that the workers or the employees don't receive the good attention, healthy and others. So this is the first point. If we don't like it, we don't buy it. The second, therefore they need to make different changes. Well, they need it, but they can choose to make these changes. So we propose first to eliminate the aggressions at the factories and the companies, because we think that if the managers or the CEOs or any people treats these employees bad, in a bad way, they won't be happy to go there and work, and they won't be efficient. And if they aren't efficient, they won't get enough incomes because they don't create the enough products that they want to sell. So the first one is to eliminate aggressions. The second one is the awards for good jobs. Why not, instead of doing a bad job, receive something bad? Why not, if you do a good job as an employee, why don't we receive an award? So, for example, if we do a good job making the shoe, why don't we receive this prize, for example? And the third one is the relationship with the suppliers. So if you are Nike, for example, and you know that the suppliers, they don't work in an ethical way, so you firstly don't buy these products. You don't buy the materials you need for creating these shoes. So the first one is, maybe you as a company can make surprise visits to these other foreign companies, so you can check that the employees are receiving the good treatment, the second one is to not buy their products, their materials, if the employees don't receive enough rights or the rights are missing, as I already said. And the third one is, well, if they don't have a good place to work, why are employees working, no? So if they need to be in good conditions with health as well to carry out their health, so everything is centered in the company Nike, the big one, and they can say no or yes from the beginning, and they can choose who to buy the materials and who to sell. So these are our recommendations.
Well, we are mentioning the suppliers because Nike one day said that he wasn't the main structure, that the company wasn't hiring the child to make the process. So he came out of the problem, and he said that the problem was with the suppliers, that the suppliers have the fault, and Nike hasn't the fault. So we are mentioning because the main process of the shoe is the suppliers.
I'm going to mention just one last thing. I think this is the most important fact. Well, I was for good jobs. We basically the psychology Sigmund Freud. If you do it something right, something good, okay, you got on the clause. If you don't do it, okay, so it's alright. You won't get any award for a year. So if you do this, you eliminate the issues. I think that's it. Thank you for coming, and you have some questions, you can ask. Feel free to ask.